Once upon a time in a faraway land, there lived a beautiful princess named Princess Unicorn. She had flowing rainbow hair and a magical horn on her forehead that allowed her to perform magic. Princess Unicorn lived in a glittering castle made of crystals and gems. She spent her days frolicking with the forest creatures and using her magic to help the villagers with their daily chores. One day, as Princess Unicorn was picking berries in the forest, she overheard some villagers talking about trouble in the nearby Crystal Kingdom. An evil wizard had taken over the kingdom and captured the good sorceress queen. The wizard was using his dark magic to turn everything in the kingdom evil. Princess Unicorn knew she had to help. She raced back to the castle and packed a bag with magical supplies for the journey. "I must travel to the Crystal Kingdom and defeat the evil wizard to save the queen," she declared. Princess Unicorn saddled her best friend, a rainbow-colored flying unicorn named Starshine. Together, they flew high above the forest and mountains toward the Crystal Kingdom. Down below, Princess Unicorn could see the land changing. Beautiful crystalline structures were turning dark and crumbling. "We have to hurry," she urged Starshine. The brave flying unicorn flapped her wings faster. After hours of difficult travel, Princess Unicorn and Starshine arrived at the Crystal Kingdom. An evil aura now surrounded the once beautiful kingdom. The crystals were dark and gloomy. Thorny black vines curled around the castle towers. "It's even worse than I thought," cried Princess Unicorn. She used her magic to make herself and Starshine invisible so they could sneak inside the castle. Inside the throne room, Princess Unicorn saw the evil wizard for the first time. He sat on the crystallized throne with black ravens circling over his head. With a flash of light from his staff, he turned a unicorn into solid black stone. "How dreadful!" Princess Unicorn exclaimed. She had to stop the evil wizard's dark magic. Princess Unicorn made herself visible again. "Stop right there, evil wizard," she shouted. "I am here to defeat you." The evil wizard cackled with cruel laughter at the sight of the rainbow-haired princess. "You are no match for my powerful dark magic, foolish girl," he declared. He shot bolts of dark energy from his staff toward Princess Unicorn. She quickly raised a crystalline shield to protect herself. The princess knew she had to be clever to defeat this wizard. When he paused to catch his breath, Princess Unicorn shone a blinding flash of light from her unicorn horn, causing the evil wizard to yell and cover his eyes. His spell book fell to the floor. While the wizard was distracted, Princess Unicorn leapt forward and grabbed the spell book. She rapidly flipped through the pages until she found a reversal spell. In a loud, clear voice, Princess Unicorn read the magic words to reverse the wizard's evil magic. Suddenly, rays of rainbow light burst forth, flowing through the kingdom. The dark crystals shone brightly again. The petrified unicorns transformed back to life. The vines and ravens disappeared. The evil wizard wailed in horror as his dark magic was undone. He vanished in an explosion of rainbow sparks. The Crystal Kingdom was returned to its former glory. The Crystal Queen, now freed from the wizard's spell, thanked Princess Unicorn for her bravery. There was a magnificent celebration and a holiday declared in honor of the hero Princess Unicorn for saving the Crystal Kingdom. Princess Unicorn and her flying unicorn Starshine returned home heroes. The triumphant princess felt very proud that she had defeated the evil wizard and restored the beautiful Crystal Kingdom through her courage, magic, and clever problem-solving. She wrote all about her exciting quest in the royal diary so future princesses could learn from her story. And she and Starshine had many more magical adventures together for years to come. Once upon a time there lived a family of unicorns in a beautiful, magical forest. There was Ruby, a confident and adventurous red unicorn. Sapphire, a wise and caring blue unicorn. Emerald, a curious and playful green unicorn. And Little Diamond, an energetic and happy baby unicorn with a shiny white coat. Every morning, the unicorns would wake up in their cozy treehouse and have breakfast together. Ruby would make flour pancakes with morning dew syrup that she collected from the leaves. Sapphire would pour fresh unicorn milk into wooden cups that Emerald had carved with his spiraled horn. and Diamond would bounce around tasting a bite of everything with joy. After cleaning their treehouse, the unicorns would go outside and begin their day of exploring the forest and helping any creatures in need. One sunny morning, after eating breakfast, the unicorns decided to follow a colorful rainbow that had appeared after a rainstorm the night before. "I wonder where the rainbow leads to," said Ruby eagerly. "Let's find out." Sapphire and Emerald agreed, and little Diamond neighed in excitement. They walked underneath the tall trees, crossed a bubbly stream, and trekked over a grassy hill until they reached the end of the rainbow. To their surprise, there was a magnificent crystal cave with shiny gems of all colors embedded in the walls. The unicorn stepped inside the cave and looked around in awe. Each gem reflected light and cast rainbows around the cave. "It's so beautiful," said Emerald, craning his neck to see the gems near the top of the cave. "I've never seen anything like it," remarked Sapphire. Diamond pranced around happily, admiring how the light danced on her white coat. But Ruby was very quiet, which was not like her at all. "What's wrong, Ruby?" asked Sapphire. "This place is amazing." Ruby frowned and said, "But how can we enjoy the beauty when the cave is too dark? There are no plants or creatures that can live here without sunlight." The others realized Ruby was right, the cave was too dark for anything to grow inside. "There must be a way to help," said Sapphire thoughtfully. The unicorns put their heads together and came up with a solution. They would use their horns to gather sunlight. Emerald went first, finding a hole in the top of the cave. He stretched his long, spiraled horn up and twisted it around until it caught the sunlight in a diamond shape. The focused sunlight beam illuminated the cave in glittering green. Sapphire went next. She gracefully arched her flowing blue horn until it too caught the sunlight. Her beam shone bright blue light that made the cave sparkle like water. Baby Diamond tried her best, but her tiny horn could only make a small white twinkle. "Don't worry, little one, you helped too," said Ruby. Finally it was Ruby's turn. She stood tall and proud, pointing her vibrant crimson horn to the sky. Ruby's red sunlight beam was so bright it lit up the entire cave in a rainbow of colors. The unicorns cheered at their magical success. Now the crystal cave was bright enough to support life. Over many years, plants began to grow around the gems, tiny creatures moved in, and an underground forest was created. All the living things thrived thanks to the unicorns sharing their magical light. The unicorns visited the crystal cave often to play and explore. But one day when they arrived, they discovered that an evil wizard had moved into the cave. He had scared away all the creatures and plants. Everything was gloomy again. The wizard shouted at the unicorns, "Go away. This is my cave now." Ruby bravely stepped forward and said, "You are not welcome here. A good wizard would share this home with others, not banish them." But the bad wizard just laughed and said, "Begone, silly creatures." He waved his hands and trapped the unicorns in a magic bubble. The unicorns gasped as the bubble carried them up, up, up and out of the cave into the sky. It floated higher and higher, with the unicorns calling for help. Suddenly the bubble popped at the tip of a gigantic tree. The unicorns were on top of the tallest tree in the whole forest. "My magic is weak up here," whimpered little Diamond. "We're too far from the Earth's energy." Sapphire agreed, "We must reconnect to the ground to regain our full magic." So the unicorns carefully climbed down the towering tree, using their spiraled horns to grip the bark. It was a precarious descent, but the unicorns worked together and made it safely to the bottom. Touching their hooves on the grassy earth filled them with joy and power. The unicorns could feel magic flowing in their horns again. "We can defeat the evil wizard now," said Emerald confidently. The others nodded in agreement and raced back to the crystal cave as fast as their legs could carry them. When they arrived, the wizard attacked them with black smoke and dark spells, yelling, "I told you to never return." But the unicorns stood strong, using their horns like magic wands. Beams of red, blue, green and white light dissolved the evil magic. No matter what evil spells the wizard cast, they countered it with bright magical light. Finally the wizard fell to his knees shrieking, "No! I cannot defeat such goodness and light." In a puff of smoke, he vanished. The unicorns cheered, hugging each other at their victory. The plants and animals slowly returned to the cave, thankful the evil was gone. The unicorns promised to always watch over the crystal cave and protect it. Every day they came to share their magical light so it would be a peaceful, lively home for all. And they lived happily ever after.